Hello, viewers of Unyielding Voices, a podcast brought to you by Solidarity Uganda. Welcome to yet another edition of our continuous conversations with activists and about activism. Today I have two guests with me. I have a lady and a gentleman. The lady is called Margaret, Naava, Natabbi, and the gentleman is called Wanyera Simon. Wanyera Simon, for those who are at Makerere, people simply call him Revolutionary Son. I don't know, they call him Revolutionary Daughter or something. Do you have like a nickname?
They used to call me Female Mandela.
Female Mandela? That's interesting. Well, they should have just called you Winnie Mandela. Like, why are they feminizing?
I don't know.
A good, like not everything should be attributed to men, I believe.
I get.
Yeah, but, so I have two guests with me. Activists in their own rights. Natabbi is relatively young. Natabbi joined Makerere when we had left.
Yeah.
When, 2021?
2021.
Yeah, 2021.
No, you're at university in 2021.
Yes.
Seems so recent.
I'm not so old.
You were at university when the world was facing COVID.
After COVID. Yeah.
After COVID, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to have these two guests. In this episode, we are going to talk about activism and politics. So what I must say is that each of these two is running for elective positions. Wanyera is running for Lord Chancellor at Makerere University. Natabbi is running for youth councillor, female youth councillor, Mukono municipality. Those are very, very important positions. So we'll just get right into it. We'll start with the activism bit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wanyera, you were this activist throughout university time. I think NTV still has a photo of you, a video of you that they ran.
Yeah,
none of their segments, you getting arrested.
Yeah.
When I watch NTV, I see that quite a lot. From the time you spent as an activist at the university, do you have any regrets?
No, I don't.
Don't have any regrets?
I don't. Because for me, the time I spent at Makerere, I would say it was a productive time. And it helped me a lot to shape policy outside the formal structures of politics. And with our voices as students, leaders, and the students, we managed to fight injustices in the university and outside the university. We managed to raise awareness. Also managed to influence public opinions. So for me, I didn't regret that.
So Makerere has tens of thousands of students.
Yes.
You know, one of the funny things about Makerere is no one ever tells you the exact number of students. The estimations always go off.
I think during our time we were around 40,000.
40,000.
But the numbers.
But I've seen people say that they're about 40,000 around that time. Some say they're about 60,000. I find it very interesting that people don't have that the estimates are really off the mark.
Yes.
Yeah? So the thing is, not many of those students did what you did. Not many of them were activists.
Yes.
It was you and a couple of others I could name, the likes of Aziz Toro and others. So what made you different? Why did you feel this compulsion to participate in activism, to participate in pushbacks against oppression and school fees enhancement that other students didn't feel?
I think, of course, one thing we should know that leadership is a gift. That when you have it, you use it to help others. For me, at Makerere, me and some of my colleagues, some of us were coming from humble backgrounds. And by then, the crude policies that the university was introducing, we realized that they're going to lock so many students from studying from Makerere. So I think as a right-thinking person, as student leaders, of course, when you're voted to lead students, you're supposed to fight for them. So we said, no, we cannot let this happen. And I'm very sure, my brother Toko, whoever studied from Makerere, you cannot tell me someone spent all the 4 years at Makerere when he didn't run. He didn't participate in the protests during our time. Remember, it was full house. It would be full house. Would even lectures would not go on. Everything would just be on a standstill. So for me, it was a good thing. And I thank God that it gave opportunity to so many of our colleagues who could not make it to study from Makerere. But if we had just seated and watched, I think most of our colleagues would have not finished campus from Makerere.
Okay, let me now turn to Margaret. Margaret, the time Simon and I were at campus was different. We were there at the times of Dumba. Strikes were more prevalent. The university management was more willing to listen. I didn't see anyone getting expelled because they organized an online meeting. There was a time when Wanyera, Aziz Toro,
suspended,
and others were suspended. What was funny with that suspension is that there was a guy called Taremwa.
Yes, Jotham
Taremwa.
Yes.
So there were two students called Jotham Taremwa in Micho. They wanted to expel one who everyone knew was in the strike.
Right,
But
yeah.
then they sent the letter to the wrong Tarem one. And they expelled the wrong Tarem one. And then, of course, we latched onto that and said, these guys don't even know what they're doing. And of course, that was rescinded. But what I'm trying to drive at is, the time we went at the university, I was not at the university, but I see what happens there is that there's this change in policy where people get expelled for just organizing online meetings and all that. Did you participate in protests as well? And if you did participate in activism while at campus, how was it in your times?
Thank you so much, Godwin. First of all, I'll start with thanking Solidarity Uganda and Unyielding Voices for having us here today. I must say, studying under Nawangwe's leadership is really hard. We've been in a regime, I call it a regime, where anything
It's possible.
Anything is possible. With even any slightest mistake, you can find yourself in the cells.
Wow.
I mean, people are suspended for having meetings, for having an online meeting. Someone suspended when they actually don't even know the name, the student's number of the person.
Wow.
I used to receive calls from Nawangwe's PA while in class.
That's Gidi. Is it called
Gordon. I am in class studying, and Gordon is calling. I have seen you in a protest at courses. I am in class. How did you see me?
Did someone pick my other body?
I know, right? and then they told me that is his trick. They'll just have the names. If there is any protest, Natabbi must be there. So even when you're not there, they expect you to be there. So it's been very hard, I must say. And a lot of things have changed. We've been in a regime where they'll just wake up and say, students' leadership is no more. Just one random morning. And then tomorrow they wake up and they're saying, we have selected the following students to be your leaders from today onwards. And then the next day they will tell you, we have a new constitution brought by the new students' leadership we have brought.
Wow.
And in this new constitution, we are saying no more to this, no more to this, no more to this, no more to this.
Wow.
We are using the student leaders we created ourselves, people you don't even know.
That's quite a
and we are going to be the EC to bring the new leadership now. After passing whatever they wanted, now they want to restore students' leadership. And I've been a victim of this because I joined, Nambasa government came in, I was a GRS in that government.
Which school are you?
Which school? SAS, KS, agriculture.
Okay. So the course was, you're doing
Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. So I am in Nambasa's government. I was leading the students of Naava University. I was studying in Gaza, Naava. Yes. So about 1 month, the students' leadership is ended. It comes back when we were contesting Dangote government. And that's why Dangote government, Alionzi Lawrence. That's why we had only 3 months in office. Dangote government was 3 months. And that was also done. Now we're going to another government. So we've seen such things happening because the management just does whatever they want anytime, any day. And you're not even allowed to say anything. Should you wake up and demonstrate, you're going to be not even suspended, indefinite suspension, and they will not call you ever again. So I participated in a few protests at campus, government students' allowances. I was a private student, but I mean...
And these were genuine causes.
Yes.
Government students are not receiving the allowances. Probably someone at the university is making a killing out of it. So you're like...
People are dying of anger in halls of residency, and we can't see that happen. And then you're arrested for that. The first protest I was in was Open Makerere for All.
Yes.
Remember after COVID, now the second lockdown,
yes.
Nawangwe said, we are opening Makerere University for only science students. If you're doing arts, you're going to study from home. What the hell was that? And that was so unfair. I mean, the whole world has opened, and for you, you're saying only science students should be studying freely.
Wow. So what I see with Makerere is like a symptom of what has befallen so many institutions in Uganda. But for me, the exception is that at an academic institution, it should be different. Like world over, universities are allowed more freedom. Yeah, they allowed more freedom. So when you read the history of Makerere, you have people like, what was the name of this vice chancellor who was disappeared by the Amin government? There's a building named after him.
Kalimuzo.
Professor
Kalimuzo.
Frank Kalimuzo.
Yes.
So people like Frank Kalimuzo, when there was a dictatorship in the country, they were actively opposing the dictatorship and paying the ultimate price with their lives for it. Now, I feel like there's a problem in Uganda. You have a dictatorship in Uganda by so many extents. Probably not as bad as it was in the 70s. I must give that credit to the government. But then still a dictatorship. And then you have like people like the vice chancellor of the university like saying, like being the boys who fetch water to enable the dictatorship run even more smooth. I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
I mean, you should understand it if the chancellor, the vice chancellor, you see the chancellor of Makerere University is running under NRM.
But you see,
the vice chancellor reports directly.
Actually, the whole,
but you see,
the whole top management. I've seen some of their posters.
Bruce Kabasa.
Yes, and
they are running for MD on NRM.
I was at. There was a time I was invited to moderate a debate at Makerere. Must have been 2023, where there was the Minister for Justice, Norbert Mao, there was Nawangwe. And I think Nanjura Dorin was part of the panel that I moderated.
I was there.
I think Nawangwe openly said he's NRM. I remember that very well. Like he said, well, something like to that extent, like politics, but yes, for me I'm NRM, something like that. So for me, it's not surprising that he's NRM. But you see, when Amin was president, Makerere didn't have a chancellor who was appointed. The chancellor was the president. It's just under the NRM that the chancellor became the visitor. Yeah. So Frank Kamuzo's he was a vice chancellor under the direct orders of President Idi Amin. But he had the guts, he had the wit, he had the courage to defy the president, who was a major dictator. Well, I've seen people defy President Museveni, and I don't think when they defy him, he will do to them what Amin did, probably, especially people on his side. And I just don't understand how they would cede so much ground that even in the 70s, someone was bold enough to say, I'm not going to cede this ground. I can't pay the ultimate price. You get that for me is the problem with the current leadership of Makerere. I feel like there's so much they can do, and they're not doing it. Now, so let me move you guys to something else, which is going to be the gist of our discussion. Each of you is running for elective position.
Yeah.
So let's start with Grace. I mean Margaret this time. What drove your interest to say that I'm offering myself for this position?
Oh, okay. First of all, like he said, leadership is like a gift. And I'm so passionate about it. It's not the first time I am an incumbent. I'm seeking this position for the second time.
You're the incumbent, so don't want to leave.
It's not like I don't want to leave.
Okay.
But I think there is more to me that the young people of Mukono have not seen. The last time I was elected...
So you ran before you joined university?
I ran in my Form 6 vacation and I joined university. So while at campus, I have been GRC, Guild Vice President, running for Guild President.
All at the same time while you're councillor?
Exactly. So I would say part of my time was more into university politics. And I have given this constituency
less
just
than
half for it. Exactly. However, even when I gave them less of what I should give them, they are kind of content.
So if I could ask you now, a direct question, if they're kind of content, if you look at all the things you've done, it's been 5 years, right?
Yes.
You got it in 2016. What is the thing? You got it in 2021. Why am I getting confused?
2021.
Yes. 2016, you're probably still in primary school.
No, so, please, I've been senior.
So if I could ask now at this point, like, when you look at all the things you've done, for the time you say what would you say that this is the most stellar achievement, this is the most important thing I've achieved?
As a councillor, wow. Some things are tangible, some are service.
Whether it's tangible, whether it's intangible, whatever you can pick and say, this for me is one thing that I take as a big achievement.
I have brought trainings.
Okay.
For example, computer trainings, and I've seen multitudes of young people go for the...
Because you work with NGOs?
Yes. You lobby and you get them. Because I would have brought financial literacy, etc. But maybe someone may not even put that to use. But I have this computer literacy thing, workshop. I saw so many young people sign and studied, got certificates, and I see some of them put them to use. Wow. And every time you find them, you know, that pride that comes with knowing, oh, I changed someone's life. Yeah. I brought projects like poetry, piggery, and you find youths have already sold them. They don't have them. But this...
I saw you selling a goat. Was it a goat?
I told you, I studied agriculture. And being an activist, you see, I've been arrested, I've been imprisoned, I'm finding it a little hard to work under someone. Most of my jobs are supposed to be in like narrow ministry, government organizations. Now, when I go there, they look at your profile and they just push you away. So I've just decided to use the numbers and do my own thing. Now, when you see me selling agriculture things, I have a platform. I open up something, Natabbi Agro Solutions and Consultancy. So I'll be selling different things. I'll be teaching farmers different things. So I think that is where I have managed to,
And you can inculcate activism in that?
Activism?
Can you make that also? Can you add activism to that, or it is going to be purely agriculture?
I have other platforms for activism, but this is purely business. I will do my agric things, and then someone will see you and they're like, oh, I want to start a farm. Oh, I need this. And then I connect with them. That is the way I survive, because literally these people are not going to be able to employ me given what I've been doing. Yeah.
Okay, let me turn to Simon. Simon, similar question. What is driving your passion to say that now, even as an activist, it's time to also throw my hat in the ring and be a counselor that takes very critical decisions concerning Makerere University?
Okay. First of all, the reason why I've chosen to contest for that position of Lord Councillor is, first of all, right now I work with KCCA, you know that.
Yeah.
And
the viewers don't.
Yes.
What position what do you do there at KCCA?
I work in the office of the Lord Mayor.
Okay.
I'm the political assistant to the Deputy Lord Mayor.
Okay.
And I've been working hand in hand with this regime. I've been working with these councillors. So, you see, being an activist has been a good thing for me. That it has helped me to, of course, like I said, influence public opinion, fighting injustices and all that. But when I made this decision, I realized I needed to be at a position where I can directly influence policy, where I can, because here I will influence something, but it will stop at that. When you are an elected leader, you have the capacity of directly influencing policy. You have capacity of allocating resources. You are at the table of everything. It doesn't just stop on the streets. Like now here for example, if maybe I was in the judiciary, I would know that my leader, Dr. Kiza Besigye and and the other political prisoners deserve to have their freedom. But now you see what's happening. So I think when you're a leader, you have that kind of capacity of influencing things directly. You are able to influence policies directly rather than just it stopping at the surface. Yes. Yes. For me, I think that's the reason, because even at Makerere, you know what is happening. If we discuss about Makerere, you know what is happening. People are suspended and all that. So I believe if I'm their representative, these are the issues that I'll try to push for. I'll involve the university management and all the stakeholders that this is not the right thing to do. But now if you go there, they'll say, this is trespass. Of course, I'm an alumnus, but you see right now, they can even arrest you and say you're trespassing to get, yes. So I think it gives me an upper hand. But for me, activism and joining elective politics, for me, it's just a continuation. It's the same thing. Yeah, so.
And why did you choose Makerere in particular? Like there's so many constituencies in Kampala and all that. Yes,
I chose Makerere because one is that's where I vote from. And Makerere is where I've been. I've studied from there, and I connect with the residents and the non-residents of Makerere. And also, I believe if given that opportunity to represent them, I'll do the right thing. And they know me. They know what I stand for. They know I am someone who advocates for the right thing. So I think it will help them. It will help them to have a leader like Wanyera who will not fear. Because now the fear is too much in the university. Even lecturers fear. They can't speak about anything. Sure. So, but now Makerere is looking for someone who can raise his voice and say, this is not the right thing to do. Yeah.
Okay. Margaret, you brought in this aspect of the politics the activism affecting some of your opportunities. Do you ever get problems within, like from your family? Like, whoever say you're going too far? Maybe your parents, maybe your siblings, does that ever happen because of activism?
Yeah, even before activism, the moment I joined politics, my family members told me on your own. So on top of that, I went ahead and added activism beyond media and then street activism. And okay, I've seen them criticize, you will die, you will find issues, you will be poisoned, you will be a lot of things. And actually, one of the reasons I left home was because of activism.
What do you mean you left home?
I left home because
As in like Natabbi?
no, like I stopped staying with my parents to go stay alone because somehow I was maybe making them uncomfortable. The last time we went for March to Parliament and I got arrested, I stayed with my grandparents. She was uncomfortable, like personally, but also in the community. Fellow women would be like, how dare you have such a daughter? Who has a daughter that gets arrested, imprisoned, what? Who's going to marry that one? Who's going to...
Yeah.
So she could always bring all that back to me, and it also made me uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, if I'm making these people uncomfortable, maybe I should go and start staying alone. So it went beyond that. I was also working...
So that's when you moved to your grandparents' place? Or you moved from your grandparents' place to stay on your own?
Yes, I've always stayed with grandparents. So it also happened at work because remember I graduated this year in January. But before that, I left campus last year in May, started working with some government organization. And when I went for March to Parliament, I came back and really no one wanted to associate with me anymore. So I had to also leave that.
They didn't push you out, they just withdrew from you. Did they like tell you that you've been fired? Or
No. But
you could just feel like there was some uneasiness?
they could talk to me. That you see, there are those top officials. Then there are these other, my level mates, for lack of a better word. So you could hear what they say and clearly it is coming from. They could show me screenshots because I was out already from the WhatsApp groups of the organization. And you could see screenshots of what people are discussing. And I just moved out.
So you said, let me resign and go on.
You've made me to remember something. When I was planning for my wedding, my wife's side, they have a family WhatsApp group. So I think one of the aunties got one of my pictures when I'm being arrested. She posted it in that family group. It was too much. It was too much. And they were discouraging her. No, you can't marry this guy. Because that's problem.
So activists are finding it hard to find love.
So it's really hard. It goes beyond.
So how did you handle that? Did your wife go and talk to them? Did you just say, well, to hell with you?
She did, but of course, I think I don't know whether some of the family members are NRM. I don't know that, but they discouraged her. They told her, no, this guy can't be your man. He will cause for us problems. You're going to be arrested. He's going to be in jail all the time. He's not going to be taking care of you. You need to get a man who is not like him. But what helped me is that me and my wife, we were together at Makerere. She was at Mary Stewart, so she could see everything. She knew that what I was doing was
surprising. They're not giving her
so
new information.
She knew what she wanted, and she knew Wanyera. So she said, it's okay, let them speak whatever they want, but for me, you're the guy I love. So activism is like that. It causes a lot of...
I find it interesting because there are so many things, there are so many photos. If someone had found a photo of you or a story about you online that Wanyera Simon engaged in corruption, he steals 1 billion. I don't think they would have discussed it to that extent. Like I don't know why activism has been criminalized, that it is viewed as a crime. So for me when there was a time I was arrested at Makerere and I came out of jail. Of course, there's the family sentiments and all that. But then what I discovered is that I was telling guys that, you see, if you get out of jail, if I'm arrested today, say for rape or for murder or for some other well-cut criminal offense that is known and respected across the world, society's immediate action most times is to shun you. So that, that's an outcast. If you can do this to people's children, blah, 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 and all that. And then if you come out of jail, for me when I came out of jail from one day prison, from one day, and it was like people were saying, oh, welcome back. People were taking photos with me and like, I found that to have been quite interesting and different.
There are people that understand it, and I'll tell you, in my constituency, when I go to campaign, people are like, hey, don't even say anything. For you are a fighter. You get, there are those that understand it, and they'll vote for me over and over and over again because they know if something happened, I would stand and speak against it. But then I think also family, they speak from a point of concern. They are concerned.
It's not like they don't want the good things for you.
Yes, but they are concerned. What if we lose you? Now, me being my only
point of love.
My only parent's child, And you know,
But if you're your parents' only child, you shouldn't be an activist.
if they lose you, you get.
Yeah,
So
I
I think
know.
it's from concern. And after some time, I went back because I have known my grandparents my entire time since I started understanding I'm with grandparents. And we sat and we discussed, this is the life I chose, this is how I'm going to move. So you're going to understand me. And as a parent, all I ask of you is your blessing. The journey is not easy, but you should just bless me, pray for me, but this is the journey I've chosen. And they understood it at
that level.
yes.
Have you had that conversation with your family before?
Yes.
The one of you guys. I know this is not, I also don't want to be arrested, blah, blah, blah. But it happened, so please just understand that.
I think I did it. My dad attended, I attended my graduation. My mom didn't come. On my graduation, I survived to be arrested by SFC.
Were you graduating at a police post or
No, in the Freedom Square. So when I came in the tent,
which year was that?
2019.
That's the year you graduated, right?
Yes. When I came in the tent, students shouted. So Wanyera, the whole tent went on rampage. They were celebrating me. Now, that time Museveni was also coming in with his convoy. So the attention was on me, not on Museveni. Everyone's like, Wanyera.
So how dare you take away the attention
yeah,
from the
now
president?
this DPC who turned gay, is the one who came with other police officers and they wanted to arrest me from the tent. Again, the situation went bad. Students were like, no, where are you taking him? So what they did, they called SFC to come and guard me. So on my graduation, I was guarded by SFC from the beginning till the end. Until when Museveni left, that's when they also left. So I could not move. Students were sending me messages, please don't go anywhere. Sit there, don't even go and plead, they're going to capture you if you move. So I was in the tent. And after, one of, I think the lady, I don't want to mention her name, she's a university administrator. She was like, hey, Wanyera, you're bloody, you're Chikubi. Then another one came in and said, why do you bring hooliganism here? So I was like, what is this? You get? So I was like, she called me a hooligan, it's okay. But a hooligan was cheered by the whole university. Everyone was cheering me and appreciating me. Yeah, so do you think if you're not strong-hearted, you can even say to quit. But when it's conviction, some of us, it has been conviction, said, if this is what we started, and because our mission is to fight for a better country, and I think me and my sister Natabbi and the rest of our colleagues, we shall keep pushing it on.
So now let me ask a bit of a hard question.
Yeah.
There's this accusation, which was more prevalent at Makerere,
yes,
that people would participate in activism with political positions in their minds. Like you want to be seen as a fighter.
Yes.
People vote you as their fighter, and then, well, you're not the activist anymore.
Yes.
When there is a serious issue that is worth protesting against, they will have to push you. So when people are accusing you of the same, of exploiting the fact that you have brand and name recognition thanks to activism, and now you want to exploit that.
I think for me, those are people who don't see far. You see, I was disqualified from the race like my sister. But that didn't stop me from fighting for students. I kept on fighting.
What do you mean you disqualified from the race? Which race was it?
That was the Katopol's government. When I was kicked out of the race and I supported the Katopol.
The guild?
Yes. I was actually, if I would nominate, I would win.
Who did Katopol contest against?
Papa, no, he contested with this guy of DP. He's called what?
Ziri Twawula?
No. Yeah, Ziri Twawula and another DP.
But Ziri Twawula was the one who came second.
Yes, there's another guy.
Because I remember Katopol was from Micho, and I disagreed with that campaign.
There's a DP candidate. His name has run out of my head. Yeah, he was the one who was somehow strong. And
was he the second?
I think he was the second. Zitwala was the second, then this guy was the third.
Yeah, because I remember saying, I was in Micho and I felt like the Katopol camp was compelling people to support Katopol.
Yes.
And I went and told them, you guys, you don't force people, you convince them.
Yes.
Then they were like, you're betraying Micho, we know. And I was like, okay, now, hell with you. So
after supporting Katopol, he made me a minister in his government. I was the minister for academics. But I kept on fighting for students. Even the strikes, I would lead them. Students would come to my room to tell me, Wanyera, please dress and lead. Sometimes I would be like, no, I need to read. Because, time. Spending 4 years and people were saying a lot of things. He has been at campus for years. Yet it was propaganda, of course. But I joined in 2013, I left in 2018. Those are 5 years. But we were putting a picture that had been in Makerere.
But 5 years out of, you're supposed to do 3 years, then you spent 5 years.
Yes.
Okay, yes. But activism.
So I really wanted to concentrate and live, but the pressure was too much. Even when Papa Well was Guild president, students would come in my room, tell me, please dress. There's even one morning they came and told me to dress. I was sleeping. I was like, when they came and knocked my door, please dress. You're leading this strike. So I said, if I refuse, they will have eaten money. You know, Makerere. So I said, let me dress and lead them. I went. Even in one way, sent me a message. I said, but you man. I thought you were in your final semester. Now, if you arrest you and take you to Luzita, and you miss another semester, I didn't want to involve myself in that strike, honestly, because I wanted to concentrate.
So for you, this is not about the political positions?
It's not. It's passion.
Do you want to answer the same question?
It's okay. Actually, he reminds me when I was arrested for March to Parliament. I had not graduated. I was still doing my research. And the time I was taken, it was July, August, and August was the deadline for the submission of my research book. I spent 11 days there. I came back and we were presenting, and I left at data collection. So I nearly felt regretted. Anyways, back to the question. I have seen people that tell me, you do good activism in Kampala, but your focus is in Mukono. Why don't you come and do it in Mukono? It can pull voters. And I don't do it for voters. I am doing it because there is a cause. So if I was doing it for people to see me and then vote for me, maybe I would take it to Mukono. But I've not had a single protest in Mukono. Apart from the time Bobby Wine was arrested in Luka. I've never taken any protest in Mukono.
Was that 2021, 2020?
2020. Yeah, I was still in no vacation. That's the last time I was in a protest in Mukono. When I'm in Mukono, as a councillor, I'm supposed to be what I'm supposed to do as a councillor. Maybe if something happens and it calls for a cause in Mukono, but not just doing it for voters.
So there's you guys have been arrested for engaging in physical protests.
Yes.
A lot of protests, not a lot of protests, a lot of activism now has gone online. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yes.
Maybe that was always, but you see, I tend to say that online activism didn't start with Agora or recently. It has been there for a long time. Maybe it gained more traction over the last 2 or so years. Because if you remember, well, I could go back to the Kakwenzas, the Tom Valteo Kwalingas, there's been a lot of it on Facebook and all these other places. And even on Twitter. There was a time when the ladies, the feminists, had something called Wear That Mini, which I think was activism by all accords. So it's been there for quite a long time. But now it seems like there is more and more activism on social media. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it is.
Why?
It is because I think during my time, online activism wasn't at the peak, because by then would you see now, like March to Parliament was came in place out of the efforts of the online campaigns that started with, of course, exposing the rot in Parliament and all that.
Parliament exhibition.
So by the time activists picked it up from there, it had gained momentum on social media. So for me, it lays a very, very strong foundation for some of us to head on the street, because we have different forms of activism. We have those who are street activists like me. I'm a street activist. We have those who are legal activists, those who give us pro bono when we are arrested, and those who also come out and speak, like the Aaron Kizas. We have those who do online, Twitter and Facebook. We have seen Agora and other organizations doing the same. So for me, it's a good thing, and we complement each other. Those who can do it online, yes, and some of us get information online, because if you tweet something, when I don't know about it, I'll also push it on the streets. So it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Same question.
On that question, I think it's a good one, because even before people go to the streets, oftentimes you see the pressure that people put on media. We see yields even before we go to the streets. And sometimes we were saying, if they do not release KB, we are going back to the streets. The next day, before even the court day they had announced, KB was brought to court. Yes, he was not released, but he was brought to court.
As you wanted.
So it means the online pressure also works. And when I see many people online doing activism, it means more people are coming to joining the cause. And you see, we say there are very few people online, but there are very many people online. Maybe X, we could say there are few people, but someone will be on X, they see some small thing, they post it on TikTok. Even someone who's not on X will find it on TikTok. So you find the buzz moving even to the least person you would expect. Now I see Muhoozi's things, the things he posts, and you find a random person in Mkono there you never even expect to be following things. It's like, have you seen what Muhoozi posted? I found it on TikTok, and yes, Muhoozi doesn't post on TikTok, but someone shared it there. So every time we see that online activism happening, for me, I feel happy because it is reaching very many people. Maybe we would not reach physically.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
And it's a good thing because here you give a chance to everyone to participate. You see, with activism, there are those who cannot go on the streets.
True.
But if they can tweet,
it's okay. Those who can come and be as sureties, it's also the same. So these efforts complement each other.
Yeah. So now we are going to start our winding down as we get to the end of the podcast. So I want there's been a lot of criticism about activism and how it has not worked. People say that you guys have been protesting since forever. The speaker is still the speaker, the president is still the president, there's still corruption, the roads are still bad, and everything is still. Do you get the same feeling? Do you get fatigued and say, we've done so much, but there's nothing to show for it? Or do you get the feeling that, well, we have achieved some things as well?
Personally, even sparking conversations about something is a big deal. You see, we started online saying we are going for march to parliament, just online. And before the protest came, we saw people like the Geraldine Salis, the Mwandas, arrested.
Yeah.
Maybe if people had not started such conversations online, such people would be still eating up to now. There are very many people out there doing corruption, and we don't know. But now it is very hard for a one Anita Mong to come to the public and is like, it's okay for someone to eat your money as long as they eat with you. Because they
know. That's so ridiculous.
You get, it is very hard for someone to say it again because they know, it would spark something. So for me, just sparking a conversation
is a big deal.
It's a big deal. We might not see Museveni leave power today or corruption end today because we have had a protest. But somehow I've seen things happen, like the example I gave you of KB. We've seen people that were, I'll give you an example of Elson, this Makerere University boy. Elson was missing for 6 weeks, and no one was saying a thing. We didn't know. Someone contacted me. Did you know Elson has been missing for 6 weeks? What has he done? We posted immediately, everyone, and after 1 week, after 2 weeks, we knew where he was. He's in court. You get? So those achievements that look small to someone, to me, they mean big.
Could have saved the life of Elsa.
Exactly. So
you saw how Agatha and Boniface Mwani missed in Tanzania. We were all over online protesting. And then actually, yes, they may say we have tried and things have failed, but you remember during the Mavira demonstrations, we protested and the forest was spared. It was saved.
Okay,
remember the Toji Kwatako, everyone was on the streets protesting, and of course they unleashed terror on citizens, but we won. You saw how the whole country was against the law. So it has really, we have achieved something.
Actually, Godwin, maybe for anyone that is viewing, if they're not seeing the yields of activism, there is a boy, if you notice on my page, on my X, I don't overpost people that everyone is posting. Not because I don't want. For example, if everyone is like, release Eddie Mutwe, I know there are very many big voices that are going to come up and demand for Eddie Mutwe's release. Now, there are these other people who don't have a lot of voices speaking for them. And if you notice on my page, these are the people I'm always advocating for. Now, there is this guy they abducted in Mukono. It was called Konta. These people of FDC know him.
I didn't hear about him.
Yes, you didn't hear because he was abducted along with Eddie Mutwe. And the campaign was release Eddie Mutwe. But they were abducted 3 people. Now, I started advocating for the two. This boy, after his release, he told me, while they were in custody, they were telling him, you see, no one even wants you. You be there doing your activism, but no one wants you. Everyone is advocating for one person, not you. The moment I started the campaign, now I was like following the trajectory. When the Bobbies go visit the family of Eddie Mutwe, I go visit the family of these boys. I record videos and I put. Now the pressure increased. Activists came onto the thing. And now the boy in custody, they showed him video. Oh, so you have people that really want you. And we put pressure. After like 3 days, the boy was brought back.
Wow.
Actually, both of them were brought back. You get? So there are those small achievements that someone would not see, because someone would notice, hey, you've been talking about this, why are we not seeing? But there are some achievements we are getting, and for me, that is it for all.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, we're now getting towards the end of the conversation.
Yes.
So I want us now to say, what's the future of activism in Uganda? What do you see happening in the next 10 or so years? Do you think eventually activists will get to a point where the government is more receptive of their message and listening? Or do you think it's going to get worse?
I think activism, we activists actually, we have over time shaped policy outside and within the system. We have raising awarenesses and fighting injustices. We have opened people's eyes.
Sure.
At least if there's a lot going on and someone raises his voice and awareness, people always come to, they always act towards that. So for me, I think it will even, the effort will double, because we have a population that now there's a lot of information online, and there's a lot of internet. Even when someone doesn't have a TV at home, he can watch news on his phone. So I think activism in the future will be the real deal. And actually, I see the leadership of this country in the future will be dominated by activists, because whoever will come up to raise a voice and speak will be trusted by the people. Thank you.
On my side, when you say 10 to 15 years, maybe, now I'm first going to ask, what government will be in power in 10 to 15 years? You never know the next government is going to be by an activist.
Yes.
So meaning they will be more receptive. But
It's
also,
not always been the case, because Museveni was an activist.
even when we reach 10 years, God forbid, 10, 15 years, when this government is still in power, they might not be receptive the way we want them.
Yeah.
But my issue is, do they feel the pressure? When we do activism, do they respond? That is all I need. They don't have to bring me chocolate. As long as you answer what I'm asking, that's enough.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people, that activism really is about a mirror, like about the pressure.
Yeah.
If the government changes,
pressure.
that is wonderful. But if the government doesn't change, and the government act from a position of knowing that people have their eyes on you, people are going to expose your corruption, you'll be held accountable, maybe not now, but eventually in the future, there can come a time when these things are used against you, and then you're held accountable for whatever you did in the past. So I'm going to now ask you guys to make your conclusion, and I'll give you 2 minutes each. But as you make your conclusion, you're going to tell us why you chose to run under the political party you're running under.
Oh, okay.
You can start the ladies first.
Okay, thank you so much. So as we conclude, one, I want to encourage every Ugandan out there, every young person out there. You see, when we speak activism, we do not only mean protest on the streets. There are very many ways you can be an activist. So you can join us anytime you feel like we are speaking to the cause your mind speaks to. You can join in any different way. You can be creative. You could sing a song. You could act. You could type something. You could just write a post and put it somewhere. You could just message that person you think. For example, the corrupt person, I already see people on X, Dr. Spire saying, yeah, this is the person doing this. Inbox them and send them a message, So you could join us in any way you feel comfortable with. But also, to support us. You see, I have seen people that support us on the streets. Someday I was in Stop ECOP protest. And then police was there arresting people. And then people gathered to protect me. Run. Let's cover you here so they don't get you. So some people have also helped us that way. People that give us water on the street, So you can join us. Activism can actually achieve a lot of things, more than you can imagine. Sometimes we might not see that, we might not get what you see in the broader picture at random, but the small achievements we get, at the end of the day, they will total up to something. So as I conclude, I am running as a youth councillor in Mukono municipality under the National Unity Platform. I run under NUP because I grew up in a family opposition, totally opposition.
But NUP is very recent.
Yes, they were DP. By the time I clocked 18, 19, People Power was the one on, and they were speaking to my mind. I believe in the cause they believe in. I see what they see, I feel what they feel. So that is the party that spoke to my heart. I'm not saying other parties, opposition parties, are not speaking to, but this one was more captivating and was speaking more to what my heart feels. Plus, also the president has a very inspiring story that I think any other young person out there could be inspired. And yeah, that's why I choose that party. And it has given me platform. It has given me a lot of opportunities.
Okay. So as we conclude, for me, of course, when you say that we are switching, we are not switching. It's just a continuation. For me, I believe when I win this race, it will help me to shape policy within the systems rather than just being outside the surface, like you said. For me, I am running on the PFF ticket. PFF is, I think, is the newest party.
Is it? There
Newer
was,
than
no,
DF?
there was the one that ate
Is this newer
Lusania.
No,
Is this newer than DF? Lusania?
There's
The
Yeah.
Lusania
Anyway.
guy is, yeah.
Okay, it's
The
one of the
artist
newest.
party,
artist also has a
Okay,
party.
PFF is one of the newest parties.
It's like there's a new party every week these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for us, we of course, you know our story in the FDC, how we
By the way, before you get there, Munyago was in FDC.
Yes, he was.
He's now in the Lusania.
In Lusania. I don't know.
Okay.
Common.
Okay.
Yeah. So we decided to form our own party because of what happened. The other one was taken by Museveni, and the values had changed. They were doing other things. So we formed the People's Front for Freedom. We say freedom for all for freedom. That's the party I'm running at. And I am one of the leaders in that party. And it's a privilege, of course. Now I'm one of the founder members of this party, so I cannot run on another party. Automatically, you cannot be promoting a party, then you run another party. So
True.
I am PFF.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think we wish each of you the best of luck.
Yeah.
After the election, I think we can host you guys again.
Yes.
I hope I'll host you guys to tell us about how you won. But even if you didn't win, if I call you, don't say, can't change
We shall tell you the
We
challenges.
must win.
We
Yeah,
have to
so I'm
win.
wishing all of you the best. And it's been a great conversation. I hope that our viewers will like it. If there are people you want us to host on this podcast, let us know in the comments. If there are things you want us to improve or to maintain, also let us know this in the comment section. But also please subscribe to the channel. That's how you get us going. Like this video, share with your friends, and turn on the notification so that you can be notified about next videos. We hope to see you on the next episode that will come not long from now. Thank you very much and see you soon.